So as most of you know, I really and thoroughly enjoy covering the removed or cut content from the Bioshock series. As a matter of fact, I have a whole playlist dedicated to those videos. If you want to check that out, I'll leave a link in the description for you, as well as a card at the top right hand corner of the screen. Today is going to be no different. We're going to be talking about some cut content. Now, this one is going to be a little bit different than the others, might be a little bit shorter, but we're going to be taking a look at 3 weapons in particular, and I'm going to give you guys a little bit of a bonus one as well. So in total, we'll be looking at 3 weapons that were removed, and then concept for a brand new pistol. So with that being said, sit back, relax, and I hope you enjoy the video. So first and foremost, we have to go back to Bioshock 1. We have a weapon by the name the Bioweapon. Fastened from impromptu parts and resembling a pump-action bug sprayer, the bioweapon can be seen as a precursor to the chemical thrower, like I mentioned. The device fires chemicals that were eventually integrated into the player's plasmid abilities. The 4 plasmids it was capable of expelling or shooting were Insect Swarm, which would have been actually really badass, Berserk Toxin, which ended up being Enrage, Disease Cloud, which did not make the cut, and a generic repellent, where you actually see that while gathering the items for the Lazarus Vector. Interestingly enough, both the bioweapon and its ammunition actually do exist in Rapture in-game. For example, notice how I mentioned about the Lazarus Vector. When you go to the B room, you can actually see the model on screen now. It's going to be on a table, you can't move it, you can't do anything like that. That was actually going to be the gun, but it was modified down to be able to put in-game, kind of like a little Easter egg. Also, cans of, quote, Berserk can be seen stacked in one of the target practice stands at Rapture's Grand Carnival in the challenge rooms, but nobody plays the challenge rooms because they're not really fun, just throwing that out there. So let me know what you all think of this weapon down in the comments section below. Do you think this thing could have actually been practical in Rapture, in actually protecting yourself? Because personally, I can see this fitting in fairly well, and that's for the simple fact it was just a scavenged bunch of parts that was turned into a weapon. And if you're going into a civil war, or even afterwards trying to fend off splicers, I can definitely see trying to make an impromptu weapon. So let me know what you guys think. This next weapon we're going to be taking a look at really bums me out because I think it could have had its place in Infinite, but like with a lot of videos in this series, it was cut. And it hurts because this thing would have been so cool. And that is the mortar. The mortar appears to be a heavy 2-handed weapon that never got beyond the concept art stage. What a surprise. It's Bioshock Infinite removing content. Who would have thought? Anyway, sorry about that. The mortar would have been a weapon that the player would carry around and spend a short time setting up before it could be used against enemies at long ranges. Just like how mortar strikes are in real life, which would have been absolutely awesome, and they cut it. Anyways, getting off track again. It is possible that this weapon is a predecessor to the pig flak volley gun or the hailfire, as the range is determined the same way, except I feel the mortar itself probably would have packed more of a punch, personally. Let me know if you guys think this would have fit in Infinite. Realistically, I can kind of understand why they took it out. Even though this would have been fun in-game, I just don't know if it would have had a place in Columbia. Then again, the firemen have a place in Columbia, and they blow up on a floating city. So, not a lot seems to make sense within Bioshock Infinite, or Columbia for that matter, so who knows, maybe this thing could have actually fit into the game. So for the third and final weapon of today's video, besides the honorable mention that is, let's look at the weapon that's actually in the thumbnail. And speaking of the thumbnail, I threw an Easter egg in there. If you find it, try to comment it, and those who get it right, I will shout you out in the next video. Good luck, and happy hunting. Now, let's look at the Skyline Pack machine gun. As you can tell, this thing is aesthetically beautiful, and it looks so clean and so badass. The Skyline Pack machine gun is a weapon that looks oddly similar to the famous Maxim gun, but seems to have been adapted to be carried on something called a Skyline Pack, of which, obviously, little information is known. because of course it is. Everything that was removed or cut in Infinite seems to not have very much information. Just saying. And speaking of the Maxim gun, I'll throw a image of it on screen now. This weapon is smaller than a full-size machine gun, and it may have been dropped, or in this case, removed and cut, in favor of the larger and more iconic Gatling gun that you see the motorized Patriots use. So, let me know what you guys think of this weapon down in the comments section below. Me personally, I would have much rather had this version of a machine gun than the one that we got in the finished product of Bioshock Infinite. Honestly, this thing looks incredible, as I mentioned. It looks like it would either belong in a World War II or potentially even World War I setting with the iron sights and how they look when you're ADSing, or it looks like it would be something within a Wolfenstein or potentially even a Fallout game. So let me know. Would you rather prefer we had that as our machine gun in-game or the machine gun that we actually ended up getting? Please let me know down in the comments section below. And now for our honorable mention, and this is going to go to the starting pistol that Booker gets within Bioshock Infinite. So, a pistol based on the Mauser C96 and the German Luger were early in development and were considered to be the first firearm that Booker gets early in the game. I'll put both of those weapons on screen so you can check those out, along with the concept art afterwards. Early in development, it was ultimately scrapped because, of course it is, it's Bioshock Infinite, and they went for a standardized pistol, as you see in the finished product. Note the Vox-style weapon upgrades on the broadsider and the concept art, and I do want to actually discuss that for a little bit, because that weapon, the way it looks, reminds me a lot of Origins from Black Ops 2 and Black Ops 3. If you're a Call of Duty Zombies fan, you know exactly what I'm talking about, but I'm going to stay on topic here and stay on the Bioshock series side of things, not the Call of Duty. But in my opinion, this looks a lot better and a lot more finished and polished than the pistol we got at the start of Infinite. As I mentioned with the machine gun, let me know, would you guys rather have one of these pistol designs in the game, or would you rather have the starting pistol that we got in the finished product? So ladies and gentlemen, that's going to do it for today's video, and I really do hope you enjoyed it. If you did, a like rating is very much appreciated. If not, you can let me know what I can do to make the videos in the future better for you. If you're new here and want to see more content, would you hit that subscribe button, turn on all post notifications to never miss a video or a live stream, because YouTube is weird and sometimes it won't notify you if I upload or go live. So that's the best way to do it, and make sure you get updated for it. If you want to stay up to date with me outside of YouTube, my Instagram, my Twitter, and my Discord server are the best ways to do so. All the links you'll need to know for all my social medias will be down in the description below. Anyways, thank you all so much for watching, and with that being said, take care of each other, take care of yourself, stay safe, and I'll talk to you all in the next video. Take care.